Tella. Thank you so much for making time having us over here. I have two questions, but I'm going to go with one since we are pressed for time. In our time in India, it's been a place of strong contrast from a long history to a country that's new, from strong economic growth, but also strong large number of people struggling in poverty and growing. We spent our morning in New Delhi and then went to Leela Palace, and it's the contrast is strong. But I would love to hear from you as a member of parliament. What initiatives need to be taken place to be able to help uplift the large percent of the population that's still struggling, and what needs to start or continue or stop?
See, I mentioned something earlier on. It's the problems that India has are in no way very easy. I mean, we have huge problems, and there is a problem of inequality that needs to be addressed, because that has been the case for a long period of time, over decades. But at the same time, what must be appreciated is that there is no other example that India can be compared to for its sheer size and scale. The only other example you could compare it to was China, but the socio-political system is not exactly the same. So things have been very, very different over there, and perhaps is an incorrect example. But whether it's the biggest food security program, whether it is direct benefit transfer, or whether it is, I mean, we just did a story yesterday on NewsX, our national channel, where one of the villages in Kashmir just got electricity yesterday after 75 years of independence. Now, that is a reality we have to deal with. That is the real India. But because you have to also provide for them and grow at the same time, your growth cannot be stilted. You cannot say that let's get everyone out of poverty first and then we'll grow. It doesn't work like that. We have to actually grow and actually help the people who need it the most. And that is something that this government has been doing very effectively. When we talk about the digital direct transfer, it might seem a very inane thing for most of the people coming from the developed world. But trust me, it's a very, very big thing. We had something close to hardly 30 million bank accounts about 7 years back. And today we have something close to more than 650 million bank accounts all over the country. Now that's a step in the right direction. That's a step in stopping the leakages. That's actually ensuring that the monies that government is spending actually reaches the people and the last person in the line. How do you ensure that with a country and a population of this size and scale, which is not possible in any other way? So we are using technology to our advantage. We are actually using it as an enabler in multiple ways. So, I'll give you an example. The biggest campaign launched by the Prime Minister and this government when it came in back 8 years back was a hygiene program called the toilet program, which was the first time where we manufactured and made the maximum number of toilets in the country. And that was a problem. It was a social problem which needed to be addressed. Now, development doesn't just mean giving monies to people or giving an opportunity. It also means creating an environment for the basic dignity of the human being to grow. And for that, you need to have work at multiple levels. I mean, a toilet is a very, very basic requirement which one would think, but it wasn't there. So, the government has actually made a program to build a toilet in every house of this country. And they're continuously hammering and working on it, realizing how important it is. So it's a culmination of a number of these factors, a number of these programs that will pull India out of the position it is, will help us. And I think I wouldn't be biased in saying that we are poised to keep on growing like this. If we do, we had the 5th biggest economy in the world, and frankly, if God is kind, all goes well, we would be in the top 3 slot in a very short time span. And that is also, mind you, keeping the democratic value system intact in place, growing on that. Now that has been the biggest challenge, and that is what shows resilience of India. Thank you, guys. I've got to push off somewhere, and I'll come back and chat with you all.